you're just going to get a home and take over the current person's rate and loan payment. Now, the only catch, if you will, is that you'll have to buy their equity. What does that mean? So if you get a regular loan, you got to put a down payment. If you're an investor, you're probably putting 20% down anyway. So in this example, this person is asking, and everything's negotiable, $374,900. This number in parentheses is their equity. So if you took 374 minus 86,000, that's how much they owe on the property. So they're asking or saying, if you give me approximately, and again, this is negotiable, $86,000 in cash, and if you were going to put 20% down on, it would pretty much be the same thing. Then you would take over their 3.45% interest rate instead of 7, and their payment is $1,380 a month. So that's what you would get with this property. Now you say, well, what am I getting? Okay, well then you can click on this. Now this is all free. There's nobody's asking anybody for any money. If you end up wanting to use it, I will show you the portal. It's free. So you can like look through the properties, the pictures. This is coming from Florida MLS. So there's the unit there. I guess it's some kind of a condo townhouse. I don't know. And you can do this on any property. And then you go down here, it tells you more specifics, description, if there's an HOA, what year it was built. It has no HOA. Impressive. Okay. All right. Well, that's where's the taxes. So that's how this works. All of these are searchable with these filters up here. Again, if I'm going too fast or somebody has a question, please unmute yourself and ask me. I don't want to like assume anything when I'm talking over people's heads. So you can go through, we are in various states. I'll just do a pull down menu for now. It is in Phoenix, Arizona, and all the supporting cities in Colorado. This is all free and available to you. Nevada, California, Florida, currently. So these are all, and it's still growing. So you can sort, I don't know what happened. You can sort by loan type. And this is important because an investor can assume a VA loan, contrary to belief, but you can, if you're going to live in the house, you can assume both. That's why it says both. But if you're going to live in it, if you're going to invest in it, it has to be a VA loan. So you'd have to push this button. If you're going to live in it, it could be both. So it's just a matter of what you intend to do, how to sort. And then there's all the different interest rates. You can set a ceiling or a floor to sort by. Monthly payment means how much do you want to pay per month? These bubbles that you see over to the left are sorted. I mean, I'm not filtering at the moment, but you can drill down saying I don't want a payment more than $2,000 a month.
Eric, sorry, are you screen sharing right now?
Yeah, are you not seeing it all?
Oh, someone asked, are you
Yeah,
sharing?
I'm sharing my screen. Are you seeing
I
it?
can see it. Okay. Is
Can you see
everyone
it?
can see it? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks good. I can see it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Maybe at the moment they didn't see it. So you can set your payments, which is filtering to what they're currently paying. Now, this kind of an important button, the down payment, this really matters a lot. That's you're buying your equity. Now, if you're going to be an investor, you're going to do it without financing because you're going to have to get your own financing. This secondary financing only applies to people going to live in the house, like primary. You can pick these filters or you can type in a number yourself. This is how much cash you got to bring to the table. So just to clarify this, if you're an investor, you would have to get this cash. Now, where the cash comes from, they don't care. You can get a gift, you can borrow it from wherever, you can, I don't know, you can just have it from a line of credit. If you're going to live in the home, you can apply for secondary financing, which is like a piggyback loan. So what that means is if the house is $400,000, if you're able to put 10% down of 400,000 or $40,000 in this example, they would finance the rest. So I don't want to dwell on it, but I just wanted you to be aware that it's available. The company that sponsors this is not, it's in Arizona, but they are nationwide and they would help you with all that. So if anybody has questions, I can answer on a general nature. If you're going to get an assumption, you basically have to have some basic criteria. I guess I would just say you got to have like above a 600 credit score. You're obviously going to have some kind of money, and you can filter that down to what you have to work with. You're going to be having to show the loan servicer. Remember, you're not getting a loan, so there's no application. It's just you have to demonstrate that your income can support the payment and and with your current debts. That's all. So let's look at some other examples. I had them pulled up. I just kind of like picked some that are in the area. Um, so this one is a home, and now I'm not from Florida, so Eric, you'll have to guide me if I'm like off the path somewhere. I'm just giving it examples. So this is a 3% interest rate. It's in Palm Bay, Florida.
Mhm.
You know, you would have to put $47,000 down in that example. If anybody wants to see more, then I'm just kind of poking around. Uh, this one's about a 3%. And Jensen Beach, $760. You know, some of these. And the nice thing is you don't have to get appraisal. So it doesn't matter the condition of the property. I mean, it might matter to you, and you will get we're working with a local broker in Florida that we have, and you'll get an inspection and you'll go through the whole process like you're buying a regular house. It's just there's no appraisal required unless you want to pay for it on your own. There's another one there for, let's see, that price and so on. Does any Eric, did I touch on everything? Do you want me to do anything else?
Yeah, yeah, we have a couple of Naples crew in here. Maybe if you can maybe filter, let's see if we can find anything in the Naples area.
Um, so
And you can
I
change.
have to kind of like take some of these filters off because I mean, I don't know what would show up. Okay. Now, I want you to keep in mind, this is a relatively new system. So all of the properties are not fully loaded into the system yet. I will show you briefly Arizona and how it's different because it's been established for some time. It takes time to get these properties in. So there's one, I guess, is this in Naples?
Yeah. It's close to it.
I don't know. That's not a particularly great interest rate. So I probably wouldn't recommend that. Um, I mean, if you start taking filters off, you'll start seeing more properties, but then you're going to have to really negotiate, with these people. So most of this is over on the
Okay.
East Coast because that's where the MLS that we signed up with is. There's probably very limited over here because we haven't signed up over there yet.
So then could we go back to the South Florida area real quick and just
Yeah.
kind of let's just select a couple and then kind of just show.
So I'm unfiltered right now, so everything that's available is showing up. Now, just to point out, you can't find a place where this is just populating like this. You could go to your local agent or broker and ask them to search unassumable mortgages, but they're not going to have the information populating like this. You're not going to know what the rate is. You're not going to know what their equity is. So, some of these they look attractive in a payment, but this rate may not be working for you, and certainly that down payment may not, or
Uh,
maybe it will.
Eric, actually, could you go over because the obviously there's difference. There's FHA, VA, right? From
Yeah.
that example that you just showed, though, the one that you just had, I don't know if you can pull it up again. But I
Uh,
know I know most of the people in here are investors, right? And we obviously look
so we're
with
gonna
our
have to look at VA then.
Okay. So what our monthly costs, operating costs are, right? And if we do have to assume low, how much is it obviously per month, right?
Okay, so this is a perfect example. Here is a property. It is a VA loan. It can be assumed by an investor. They have a great interest rate. Now, these people happen to have a lot of equity in their property. So, I mean, if you were to give them $250,000, then that would be your payment. But I'm not convinced that you would do that. So you'd probably negotiate that price down, which would negotiate your payment down.
Hmm.
I'm unfiltered right now, so I'm not like drilled down. I'm
Yeah.
just looking at what's available. Most of these people on
Well,
the long coast have a lot of equity, so that's something to consider. If we go inland, maybe it'll be cheaper, maybe it won't. I can
so so real quick, Eric, if you can actually go to so someone asked Weston, I know where it is on the map. On the left hand, if you can just scroll down on your mouse and go to the 27.78 a month, on the left side of your screen there. Right, yeah, click that. Someone asked, but again, like that's a really crazy down payment. I guess you can kind of go into that, obviously, of that's their equity.
so it's a VA loan. So some veteran owns this house and he's got a lot of equity in that house. So I mean, it's a 4% interest rate. If you wanted to assume it, you could do that. And that's the payment is what he's paying is 27.78.
Hmm. Okay. And Eric, there's some questions. You want me to
Oh yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Let me look at them. Let's see. Where do I start? Here? Oh,
yeah, the
you
question.
show West End. So someone did hard work searching for some mortgage, put in a great format. What's the catch? The catch is the down payment, if you will. I mean, you have to have money to play. I'm sorry, I'm just being blunt, honest. If you don't have, like, you're not going to be able to buy as an investor any property, whether it's in or out of a single, without 20% down minimum, unless you don't own a home and you're buying it as a primary. Incentivize a seller to amenable to assumable structure. I think I understand what the question is. So there are properties on here, and I have to show in another state because this is too new, that are already participating. They want someone to take over their mortgage. They're already approved for it. But to answer an incentivizes the cash. So, so if you come in and you say, I'll take over your payment, they are no longer on the hook. Their liability is removed. It's transferred to you, and they have a pocket full of cash. If they were to sell it, uh, I mean, there may be different amounts of negotiation. You might lower their cash. Um, it just depends on the situation. I don't know that there's actually incentivizing a seller. It doesn't really matter an assumable structure or a regular sale. It's just a sale to sale. This is more to incentivize a buyer, to be honest with you,
Mhm.
because people like these lower interest rates, which are not around. Does this, assuming a party have ownership of the property? Yes, of course. It goes through title, and you will have complete 100% ownership at the closing, just like any closing. Um, is there less fees? Yes. The only fees you have is a 1% fee to the loan processing company. It's a 1% processing fee. So there's no appraisal, there's no underwriting, like guidelines with. There are some title fees, obviously, to get title insurance, and you have to get some kind of maybe home insurance, but that's about it. Um, is this qualifying assuming mortgages, or are you working with the subject strategy? This is for qualifying. It's not qualifying. This is for assumable mortgages. If you want to be qualified for one of these houses, then you need to speak with the loan processor that does this. Now, the company is called UME, which is kind of silly. It's a donkey there because the donkey is a jackass, and if you assume something, you make an ass out of you and me. I'm sure everybody's laughing right now, but that's their running joke. Um, that if I could just pop over to Arizona for 1 second, I want to show the power of it because it's still growing. So if we go to like Arizona real quick, you'll see it populate hopefully in a minute. Now, we have a lot of properties over here, and I'm not trying to sell Arizona. I'm just trying to demonstrate it. So here, things cost a different amount. So I could put filters on here, and I could populate. I'm looking for something specific here. No, so let's put an interest rate in here, not to be more than 4. I'm just randomly picking something. So here's something at 3.47. Now this down payment's still unattractive, so we have to do something about it. I'm not sure why that didn't clear. Let me see. Okay, well, something's not right because I said, oh, it's secondary. That's right. That's what it is. Let me try this. Okay. So because I'm saying VA only and I'm saying 4% and I'm really getting limited to what's available, but this changes at any time. So you have to update these filters and see what's available. And it said specifically only Mesa. So, if I say Phoenix, more choices. Now this I was looking for. I'm sorry, who's this? I wanted to point, I was looking for an orange bubble. Someone's trying to say something. I can't hear anything.
It's fine. I unmuted them.
Oh, so I was looking for an orange bubble. So an orange bubble means they're certified to answer the other person's question. Now, this particular person is certified. What does that mean? This is what we want to look for. A certified person is already participating, knows about it. They've already provided all of their mortgage statements and they're verified by UME saying we're good to go. If you get an offer for 330,000 and you gave them 41,000, they would sign the contract or close thereof. And then you get this rate. So that's what certified means. If you pick a non-orange bubble, now you just need to negotiate with the selling agent because they haven't really bought into it. They're assumable, they just don't know it yet. So like in this case, we have a good down payment. There's other choices. I guess I should go back to Florida because people don't really care about Arizona right now. Let's see, what can we expect? When can we expect a website to go nationwide? Okay, so there are other states listed here. There are other companies, which I will also show you. So right now we're limited to Florida, California, Nevada, Colorado, and Arizona. I will tell you there is another company. I'll show it to you. It's called With Rome that I'm also registered with. This is just a freebie. I'm not getting anything from promoting them. If you come to Arizona, obviously I can help you. If you're in another state, you'll have to go through this and go to the agent in that state. So let's pick what state are we asking about? It's nationwide. I don't know what states they are in. Let's see.
Maryland.
Okay, good. Maryland. So Maryland Park. I don't know. I'm just randomly picking. Okay, here's all the assumable areas that they're in. So this one is in these states: Texas, Georgia, Illinois. So and then there's the popular cities in those states. I'm not sure that Maryland's on the list yet. So this takes a considerable amount of effort and energy to pull all this data into one place. That's why it's growing and it's still expanding. But it doesn't look like Maryland is an option right now. Is there another state you'd like to see? Or you can go to this company. I'm just demonstrating it. So they have a similar thing, as you can see. If you go with this company, They have the same concept. If you click on that, then you can get the same information. And then they're going to say, oh, we'll get an assumption, uh, whatever that says. I can't
Mhm.
see. So then you get the same idea and you get to talk to somebody and you put in your information and then someone's going to call you. Another agent's going to call you about this house. That,
Someone said North Carolina.
I can't remember if that was in there. I don't I don't know if it was one of the states. Let's look. Okay, it is. So here we go. There's a whole bunch to look at. So this webinar is really to teach you about the whole concept. These are the two biggest companies that are doing it right now. If somebody has questions, I'm going to obviously provide my information. You can take a screenshot of this. This is my email and my phone number. I am a broker here in Arizona, and I can certainly facilitate other states as a broker, like by a referral basis. But I I just you need someone that's informed and educated in this manner that knows how to negotiate these, and that's what this website is facilitating. So it's the same concept. They're in different states than we are. I don't own this company. I'm just telling you about using it. So you would basically just go through here and then this particular company, by the way, with Rome, does not pre-screen you or qualify you in any way. They just have the listings and then they work with agents and then you end up probably going back to Yumi to get pre-screened anyways because you have to make sure that you can get assume this loan like financially, which is what I was talking about, a credit score and income documented. That's all.
Yeah, also, Eric, I think you want to also kind of clarify that, like, you need a solid team to do this, right? You need a team
Yeah.
that knows what they're doing because it's a process, right?
So you would have a good team like a broker and uh, a title company because you need a title company that knows how to work assumables, and you would need a processor. So the processor that I'm talking about, this go back to this Uni, they're one company. There is another company in Colorado called Assumption Solutions, and they also do the same thing. They pretty much charge a fee. You pay their fee. They take care of it all, and there isn't really that much paperwork. It's just a matter of if you work with a broker, we know all these people, so that's the whole point of it.
Mhm.
That we know where to put it all together. I don't know, am I missing questions from people? I'm not paying attention. It's
There's
the
one.
DTI requirement and an assumption. So officially, that's a good question. There's two answers. If it's a VA loan, then you are an investor and you are assuming a VA loan. Guess what? You assume all the rights and responsibilities of the VA, and they don't have a DTI. They actually don't have a credit score requirement either. So this gets into a different area. If you're going to be assuming loans, you assume their responsibility. And the nice thing about it is, if you take over like this house, for example, and you turn it into a rental, and then 3 years from now you say, I want to get rid of it, it's still assumable. So you can sell it to someone else as assumable, and guess what? They're going to get this interest rate 3 years from now. Yeah, wow, exactly. Because you have some to understand something. These are government loans and they have mandates to be assumable. Now, do the loan servicer companies want to do that? No, because they're losing money. They're not making any money. They want to sell you a 7% interest rate, but they must allow the assumption. So that's what the point of the Yumi goes through. And let me show you something. I want to show everybody something. I just need to get there. In my portal, we have turn times. So these are the turn times. These are all the servicers that process, I'm sorry, the loan process assumption companies that have them. So They're saying that their estimated turn time is 60 days, and this particular company did it in 55 days. So some may be longer, some may be shorter, but it doesn't take 30 days. It does take a certain amount of time. So that's what you got to understand. It takes a little bit longer. This one was 100 days instead of 120. Uh, when you do that, it's a process. It takes time, and everybody has to participate. And the seller will understand that. That's especially if they're certified. They understand that. They might be asking more money. Going back to this earlier question, um, what's in it for the seller? Why? How are they incentivized? Well, they might be getting more money than they could get if it was appraised. So if somebody asked for $500,000 on a house, it may not appraise. I'm just saying you would incentivize them by giving them cash difference. So you have to evaluate, is the cash you're giving worth the rate that you're saving? So in some examples, you have to understand you're shortening the life of a loan. We have I'm going off topic here, but let me see if I can do this. Um, I want to
Eric,
see
Eric,
some.
we do also have a question that
Oh,
from
sorry.
that he wants to unmute himself and ask. So let me know when you're ready for those kind of
Okay,
questions.
go ahead.
Yeah, Eric, I appreciate your presentation on this.
Yeah.
Earlier, I had asked you, are these assumable, non-assumable, or qualifying, non-qualifying assumables, right? Earlier, you said that VA doesn't have a credit score to assume their mortgages, but you still have to qualify, right? Because I
Yes,
thought
sir. These
non-qualifying
are
assumable.
all qualifying assumable mortgages.
Okay, so they are all qualifying assumable.
You must qualify, and the qualifications, as I understand it, I'm not a lender, but I'm just telling you what they told me during our training, is you must have most likely above a 600 credit score. You must have documented income. You
Well,
must
I know
have,
for a fact the VA has a 620 minimum because I helped a seller get rid of their mortgage. So that's why I wanted to make sure that these are
so,
qualifying. Because if you say that
so,
they're not qualifying, those have
no,
been done.
no, they're qualifying.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is the VA doesn't officially have a credit score requirement. However, the loan processing company, I mean, there is no credit score requirement or DTI in a VA loan. It's a case by case basis,
Okay.
official.
Thank you for your time.
But they're not going to give someone a loan if they have like a 500 credit score, because it has to be insured by the government, and nobody's wanting to stand behind a 500
is
credit.
largely underrated. He did a pretty good job with China and with
All right. I appreciate it, Eric. Thank you.
All right, yeah. So those are really the biggest trick, is you have to have documented income. So like for me as a broker, I have rental properties that have been on my tax returns for 2 years. So that is income that I can demonstrate. So they will honor that. And it offsets my mortgages. So that erases those mortgages, and I have a cash flow coming in. So that's documented income. If I have a W-2 or I have a 1099, that's all documented income. But if you can't show any income, you don't file any taxes, and you don't have a job, that's going to be tough. We have a calculator in here. I don't think I should go into it, but I can, where it shows the benefit analysis of, it might be doing too many things. I don't know. It might crash if I do too many things. So these calculators are also available for loan comparisons. So basically, let me see if I can get it to work, but it shows you the advantage of comparison of a 30-year mortgage. If you took over if you took over this loan with this interest rate, and obviously the people have been in this house for some period of time. So let's say they have 25 years left instead of 30. They've already front loaded all the interest and paid it for you. So you have less interest to be paid because more of the money is going towards principal. You have less years of the loan to be paid. So you're saving tons of money in interest and payments. So those calculators are helpful. I'm not sure if I can open that up here. here it goes. So loan comparison. So don't hold me to this. This is new stuff. I'm still learning how to do it myself. But you see, it's going to take into account how long this loan has been around. So, but this is just a basic calculator. So let's just edit the first one and say, for example, there's 25 years left. Oh, I don't know what happened to it. Did it work? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now you only have 22 years left because it knows when the loan started, and you can go and see that they had, where did this go? I think this is it's a VA loan. It's different than a conventional loan. But there was a tab in here that showed interest paid in front. I think we need to try a different one. Somewhere at the bottom, it showed the savings. This particular one is probably not a good example for some reason. Didn't populate. Does anybody else have a questions I didn't answer?
Yeah, if anyone wants to ask a question, feel free to unmute yourself. This is the time.
So the Rome is just a competitor company, but it's not full service. Yumi is full service, meaning they have brokers, we have the processing, they take care of it all. Rome does not. They have brokers, but you're going to have to go figure out any kind of financing or pre-screening, or if you qualify on your own, or with your broker, or anything like that, because they don't do that. So you have to go to a third party, like a bank or whatever. Once you have that information available, then you submit it to the broker, who submits it with Rome, and they process it. They will process it, but they just won't help you. They don't do all the steps. They just are focused on the technology right now. Is there any other cities anybody wants to see, or states, or questions? I can tell you some advantages of it. I'm working with some people from Rome and from Yumi. If you are an investor, this is a good investment in terms of being able to always sell it, because if you have these low interest rates, I think anybody would ever want it for sure. The cash flow is going to be dependent upon the price and how much money you put down. So you can see there's a variety of down payments. You just have to find the right combination of factors that work for you and whatever state you want to be in. I think they're in Florida too. It would be similar, Eric. Let's see. Is there a city in Florida you want to see?
Yeah, could you actually do Fort Lauderdale, please?
Let's see if they have a different twist on things. Because they have a little bit different filters. So let's say VA, single family, or townhouse. Is that good? Tell me what you want as a customer. I'm role playing here. What down payment would you have to work with?
50 grand.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, I want to know, go up a little more. Um, that's fine. That's good.
Okay, let's see what we get.
Yeah.
So we have, let me get some of the stuff out of the way. But in particular, one you want to pick? This one, that one?
Let's pick it's a little outside. Let's pick the $1,609 a month, or the 1666. That's fine. Go there.
Oh, we'll look both.
Okay.
I don't know where it is. Did not come
It's
up.
on it's on the bottom right of your screen.
I
Bottom right.
can't.
Yeah, I think it's on the bottom right of your screen, Eric.
I know, but I can't get to it. Let me close this. Let me move this. Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that looks like some kind of townhouse. $50,000 down,
Yep.
5%.
5% at 23.55 month per month payments.
$50,000 down, right? Yeah. So here's this guy. I actually know who the guy is. It's a chat bot, but it's an actual guy. So you could start chatting with this guy or, working with them. So there's that. I don't, I prefer single family homes, to be honest with you, because I don't like all the HOA rules and stuff. Let me look at that other one. Let's see. So this is a VA loan. That looks interesting. It's pretty pricey. Uh, I'm not sure about the down payment. I think this is not correct. That's just telling you how much the down payment you might be able to put down. Total down payment of 260. I don't know this website as well, so I was just showing it to you as an example. I need to kind of understand what they're saying better here. It doesn't tell me, well, remaining loan balance, but it doesn't tell me what their down payment requirement is for the difference. So 379 versus 639. So this is the difference between Yumi and the other one. Is the other one put it in parentheses, as you remember? So they're saying this is listed for 639 and their loan balance is 379. So it's a little bit different. So you take the 639 minus the 379, you'd have to come in with 260, which I think I saw that over here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Here it is. See it?
Hmm.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I see that.
So that's it's just presented differently, but it's all there.
Uh,
So it's not as clean as the other one, but that's okay. We can still look at different things and let's look at this one. I think at these lower price points, they're going to be condos. Oh, here's a house.
yeah, it's Dania Beach.
So 575, and you would have to put down 297 or negotiate. But it's a VA loan and you could do it.
Interesting. Yeah, but
I don't know if that's what you want to look at.
they like that's a little like it says $50,000 down, but then you have to put 200 plus
No,
that.
it's not $50,000 now. That's just a calculator they're using.
Okay.
This is just a different tool. So we could look at I don't know. Let me pick a different one. I'm just picking different things. Let's look at this. So basically here, here's the down payment. That's correct. There you go. I think the other things, this is so new that the technology is porting over from the MLS, and sometimes it gets jumbled up things. So this one is presented correctly. This one's 470. The down payment to buy their equity would be this.
But it says it's 51%.
Well, is that 51% of 470? Doesn't, I don't think so.
Well, but I think it's just clicked on it. Do 10%. See, click on the 10% thing. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but it's saying 240 is what
Yeah.
this number's not changing. So that's what it is.
Okay.
Let's look at it was down here. Remember? Remaining loan balance 231.77, public records.
Eric, could we possibly just like search for something like in
Yeah.
the filters to where it's let's say under $100,000 down, let's say.
Okay, so VA, single family or townhouse or what?
I mean if there's multifamily, it's awesome. I don't think there might be, but click it.
We'll just leave these two on. Down payment, how much did you say?
$100,000.
Okay, any other, you want to max price in here?
No,
Okay, anything else?
no.
Okay. So which one do you want to see?
Go to the 24 790 set 479. Yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
We're shooting in the dark. I don't know what I'm going to get.
All right. Well, that's good. That's
But
okay.
there's a cool house,
All right.
589. Now but before I start picking numbers up, let me look down here at the public
This
records.
is
Remaining loan end, it says 504. So this guy owes a lot of money.
no,
I mean,
no, Eric, go down. It says it's $84,000 down payment, and it says payment amount 84,713.
I don't know what's going on with this, but
That,
it says the remaining loan balance is 504. So the guy owes 504. So what this is telling me is that if you want to buy this house, he's asking 589. You have to satisfy the difference between 504 and 589. And once you do that, then you would take over this loan balance at 3.85%. And his monthly is this. And he's got 27 years left.
that's not bad. That's not a terrible deal,
I'm
right?
not sure what this is because the number doesn't add up exactly correctly. I don't really know what's going on with this.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I mean, I know South Florida pretty well. Coconut Creek's not a terrible area, depending, and it's a yeah. I mean, you can definitely get more than $2,700 for that single family home every
All
month. So
right. Is there any other comments I missed or have a cash on cash calculator? I do not think that is, I can look in Yumi's. Let me look over here if they have a calculator. Probably not. I don't know. No, I don't think they do. No, just it talks about the entitlements and all this other stuff. Not really.
yeah, I think
No.
I think Lee, I think what the best thing, my man, is and I could even share like I just have like a calculator that I run all of my deals off of. It's on like Google spreadsheets and I'll send it to you. If you just have a calculator, you can probably just run through it kind of like on separately. Because I don't know if they have it either, but this is just like a really solid like map, right? I think all of us might be more visual and everything. And when Eric told me about this, I thought this would be an awesome I guess you can say, software to be down here. But I feel like, if we pick something, we look at the monthly payments, we do the down payment, then we can put our own calculators.
Right.
Now that's good, but let's see. I think
What
he's
does he mean by PCF? I don't know what that means. Pacific Coast Highway? I don't know what that means.
Positive cash flow. After all
Oh,
of your
oh,
expenses,
oh.
what are you making a year?
Yeah,
Because if
okay. I
I'm
know what that is. I
spending,
just didn't know the initials of what you're saying.
what? Yeah.
Well, so to answer that question, you're going to have to work with a local broker in your market to find out what it rents for, or go on to one of Eric's other software tools.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about the calculator, just so we could run the
No,
scenario.
no, it
Right?
doesn't do
Yeah,
that. No.
that's all right.
The Boost is a product for their secondary financing. So Boost would not apply to VA because you have to occupy the premise unless you're going to live in the property as your primary residence. Then you can get basically additional piggyback financing. That's what that is, secondary financing. I think I mean, there are a variety of filters here that the other product doesn't have. But I did want to just show one thing. So if somebody wants to use this, you can go to this YHAF, which is my brokerage, your home and future assume.com. So if you go here, it's going to take you to my portal, and it'll just ask you to register. It's free. No one's going to call you or anything. It just goes to me, and then you'll have full access to everything. So if you do that, it's got my information in case you want to contact me, my license, all that kind of jazz. You can search all of these states. If you go over to the Rome one, I don't have a portal there. You'll just have to go to with Rome and scroll around and look until you see what you want, and then If it's in Arizona, I can help you. If it's not, then we'll have to find you a referring broker. So between the two of these platforms, you should have everything available in as it is right now. Of course, they're constantly growing, but that's what's currently available. And they're all free. Free is good. I know some people that are using them right now. There's several people that are doing these assumables. I can only speak for Arizona, but their cash flow is immense because people that can buy a home or you know, down payment and get $1,000 or $1,500 payment. I mean, most homes, I don't know about Florida as much, but they don't, you can't get a decent home for under $2,000 a month. Not really, maybe 1,800. So you're going to be getting $400 or $500 a month cash flow.
E- Eric, could you drop the link in the chat, please?
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, also I did put a it's just a secondary, just a form. If you want to fill that out, I can also give him your information as well. It's a Google form on there. But yeah,
And
if
then
you
the other one, in case it's just called, and people can see it, but I'll put it in there. It's called With Rome.
yeah, but Eric, is that the link to where it's your link
Yeah.
to where they okay.
Yeah, this is my link. And this is but you see what I'm typing, right?
I do.
Yeah. And this is the With Rome link. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the two links. Does anybody else have any questions or want to see anything else?
Yeah, it looks let's see. I don't
Got some good didn't want to do that. Let me see. I lost my camera stuff. So I don't know where it all went.
It's all good. Yeah, so if anyone does obviously have any questions, you can either contact Eric on those links. You can also, fill out this sheet above. And then we can, obviously he'll contact you, let you know. But I really hope, obviously what we do here, especially at LikeMinded, right? We want to bring really cool, unique ways
Yeah.
and softwares and content to provide to you so we can all be better in real estate investors, right? And I thought this was a super cool ass tool. And Eric showed it to me, and I'm like, we have to show everyone here. So I hope everyone learned something, and I hope everyone got something out of this. Um, you know, Eric, again, thank you
Yeah.
for obviously coming on here. Um, do you want to share anything else? Or do you have any
Um, as it relates to assumables, I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. If people have any like financial type scenarios, I'm happy to answer those questions, or you can talk directly with Yumi. They will talk on the phone, and you can at least get an idea of what you could afford. So they call it a pre-screen because it's not a pre-qual. You're not getting a new loan. You're getting pre-screened to assume someone else's loan. And they're just going to ask you what's your credit score like, what's your income like, and and I did it for myself, and I can absorb like another $2,000 a month in a debt payment. So I can go into these filters basically and just go where did it go? Yeah, too many windows open. But you can just go to the filters in here if I can get back to it. I think I'm in some other format here. And just pick the monthly payment to 2,000. So then I'll see all the properties that I can qualify for. Now they do upload every day. So this is what I was looking at. This button, sorry, monthly payment. So he told me I could do about 2,000. So I just pick 2,000, and any of these under 2,000 are within my reach. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And if you do go it through Yumi and you see the orange one, that's they play ball. They're ready to go. Other ones, they just need, an offer to explain it to them or phone call from a broker. So there's obviously some that are already playing ball. It's just this is so new. People just don't get it yet. They're just trying to understand it. Hey Eric, Thomas spelled your name wrong.
I know I saw that. I saw that. I'm trying not to
Because
laugh.
he spelled my name correct, just not yours.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Well, I don't want to keep anybody later than it has to be because it's probably pretty late over there. But please feel free to reach out to me if I can help and answer any questions.
Sounds good. Well, again, everyone, thank you again for joining
There's
the.
one more question. Does Rome something for the mortgage financing? No, they do not offer mortgage financing. Remember, this is not a new loan. This is an assumption. So you are taking over their loan. It's getting pre-screened. And as long as you can absorb that debt, like I just described, then you're good to go. That's pretty much it. There's no mortgage. I mean, not new mortgage, I should say. There's no new mortgage. Okay.
All right. Good
All
stuff.
right.
Good
All right.
stuff.
Thank you,
Well, again,
everyone.
yeah, thank you everyone for coming on. Eric Saul, thank you for giving your time and your dedication to this. I know you've been working on this for a while, and again, man, I appreciate it. And like I said, if anyone wants to come out and play with this, let us know. We'd be happy to help you in any way we can.
Okay.
All right.
Good night. Talk to you soon. Bye.
A good one.